You're on.
Oh boy.
Oh my God. Wait, fuck that shit. We're restarting. That right there was Gag the Dog. After that was Sisyphean Conscience with Claptrap.
Claptrap?
Yeah. After that was Raptor Thrash with Thrash for the Kill. Those guys were in what, about a month ago?
Raptor?
Yeah, Raptor about a month ago.
Killer guys. Fucking Marco.
Dude, Marco.
Rules. Here's
Dude,
a shout out to
okay,
Marco.
dude, a big shout out to Marco
and Chris also. Chris Nocula, that guy fucking rules.
Dude, they came in for their
like in Portland for underground fucking metal.
They came in for their show and brought a whole box full of old school thrash, dude, cassettes, all this. I was like, I don't even.
We have a call box.
What's a cassette? What's a cassette?
Oh, here we go.
Let's do this. Thank you for calling Vox's Northwest Metal Show on CouvRadio.com and Brutiful Metal Radio. Identify your fucking self!
Hello?
Hello, Spider.
Oh, shit.
This is Zetro.
Steve Zetro Souza!
What's going on, guys?
All right,
How's
Steve,
it
thank
going,
you for
homie?
calling. Wow.
No problem, man. What's happening?
We're just chilling.
Big fans of Hatriot and of your career. Steve, one thing I wanted to bring up right away was you guys were supposed to come up and play in Portland recently, and I think there was a scheduling problem. What happened there?
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. A couple of we were supposed to do Seattle, Spokane, and Portland, and I don't know what happened. If the promoter didn't promote it that well, or our agent didn't get it right, which I don't think is our agent anymore.
Fired.
That tends to happen.
I don't know what happened there, so for everybody listening, I really apologize, and we really wanted to be there, believe me.
We wanted to be there
that
too,
kind of
bro.
stuff, you know, as a performer and as a musician, especially to doing this stuff almost 30 years, you know, I hate that kind of. That's what I'm into this for. I don't do it for the money, obviously. I do it for the love of metal, just like you guys do this show for the love of metal. You know,
that's what it's about,
that's
bro.
Why I do it. And so if I have to cancel a show, or if I can't be somewhere, you know, even if there's 10 fans there to see me, I don't care. I'll give them, you know, a show like it's 10,000. Right. You know, so I apologize for that for everybody listening.
We still love you. The only catch. The only string attached is that when Vox's Northwest Metal Show puts on a badass metal show, you got to be here, bro.
Yeah, we want Hatriot to play.
Let me know, and what we'll do is even if it's a one-off, we'll just, you know, drive up or something. You know, it's only Portland. We're in California.
Right. Oh, yeah.
You know, so it's not that bad of a deal. We're doing Reno this weekend, so it's kind of like the same
with Metal
thing.
Church.
You know,
No.
Drive there.
He's playing with Environment.
And Metal Church.
Oh, and Metal Church. Are you playing with Metal Church and Environment?
Metal Church is on that show?
I thought.
Didn't know that. I know we are playing. We're playing with
Steven was talking about that.
Church was on that show.
Steve Unger was just here. He
really?
He just left.
Yeah, I was not quite aware. I didn't think. I heard Angerhead and a couple of other local bands. I didn't know it was Metal Church. No way.
Well, I'm not so sure on that myself. But.
Don't quote Billy Boldt on that.
Oh wait, no, I didn't do that.
But you can definitely hold Vox motherfucking Sacrilege accountable to this fucking debauchery.
Well, I hope so. If that's the case, man, I love Metal Church.
Hell yeah.
But I think what it was Steve. Him and I were going to do a Metal Church song. Me and the singer for Environment.
Maybe that could not be it at all.
No, that is it. Because Stephen Morris was on our show last week, and he did say that, Bob.
Well, how's this? If Metal Church is not on the bill, they better fucking be, or else I'm a jackass.
Yeah, it's gonna be Ton of Bricks. So I
get to Reno.
Ton of Bricks. Okay.
Metal Church, get to fucking Reno.
They're playing Ton of Bricks.
There you go. Exactly.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. We really appreciate the fact that you take time out of your rock star life and take a step out of the vagina and you know just give us a minute of your time in between coming on sluts.
That big into the fuck the vagina, you know what I mean? That's 30 years of that shit. Fuck the vagina.
Yeah,
it's all about the metal, my friends. It's straight up about the metal, and I appreciate what you guys do as far. And I tell everybody this: press in metal is so the second part of it because we don't get any exposure from any form of outlet whatsoever. God bless the metal show. You know what I mean? Because there's nothing that gets anything remotely close to heavy metal out, except for, the radio shows, the fanzines, the web zines, just, the podcasts, that kind of stuff. And so every time I talk to anybody, I appreciate it as well. It's definitely,
We all do.
to me, it's like
yeah.
a double-faced coin,
Hey,
It takes two for us to both tango in this. So I have no problem with that. I appreciate it, gentlemen.
And Steve, just so that you know, dude, this show, even though it's titled Vox's Northwest Metal Show, it ain't about Vox, dude. People don't give a fuck about Vox. This is all about Dead Conspiracy in studio, and Steve Unger, and Steve Souza, and Hatriot, and Environment, and all, Perry Strickland from Violence, dude. This is all about you guys. Without you, there is no Vox's Metal Show, dude, and that's what it's all about, dude, is giving a place for people that actually like to listen to real fucking metal, a place to go. They can come here every fucking Wednesday or Saturday on Beautiful Metal Radio and listen.
That's great.
But we love
That's
you, bro.
great. And
Yeah.
I'm always willing to do it. I'm always willing to talk to you guys. Definitely let you guys know what's going on, because you read about it. You can go to Blabbermouth. You can go anywhere to read about it, but I have no problem talking with you guys and letting you know what's happening with me and what's going on with Hatriot and what we've done in the past and that kind of stuff. So,
Well,
it's all good. I know you had Nick on last week, my son.
Oh yeah, he's been on a couple times.
He gave some very in-depth information about you. Did you hear that episode, Steve?
No, I'm sure he knows a lot of it.
Oh, man, you wouldn't believe the shit that was coming out of that kid's mouth. No, I'm just kidding.
I can imagine. Well, that's what's great is, for me as well, what's kind of great for me and fuck for them, they have to go on the road with their dad.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So you think I'm going to let them get away with everything? Fuck no, I'm not. They ain't going to play the game like me and Exodus used to play the game. That's all I can say.
Never shit a shitter, dude. Never shit a shitter.
Well, speaking of Exodus, what happened with you and Gary Holt? Like, why did you guys split up?
With lots of love.
Well, you mean in 2004? Are you talking about the
Well,
original,
after Tempo of the Damned.
Right, after Tempo.
Yeah.
It was 2004. My kids were little. Cody was 14. Nick was 10. Madison, I have a daughter, and she was a mother, and she's 15 now. And it was just hard for me because, Exodus had left us high and dry. Well, left the four of us high and dry. In '93, after Force of Habit came out, you guys all remember, grunge came in and just fucking killed metal. I mean, just killed it. If you had a record deal and you were a metal band and you had any type of decent record deal, you were dropped and cut like a fucking bad receiver on a football team.
Well, Courtney Love fixed that up when she had Kurt shot.
We had
Fuck that
a
bitch.
$3.5 million record contract with Capitol Records. So after the second record, they're like, ugh, what is this? We've got a ton of money invested into this that's not really producing for us. So they let us go. And in '93, I remember being in Japan, and that was actually the last show of the first run. And we were kind of all separately over there. It seemed like we were just riding the wave. And the press came up to me right before our set and said, Gary Holt says this is the last Exodus show. Is that true? And I looked over across the room, and he was standing over there. And I go, well, if he said it, I guess that's it.
Huh.
So I got into, we came back home, and I was talking to our management, which wasn't, really happy with what was going on. We were managed by Bill Graham Management. If you know anything about the Bay Area.
Wasn't
Bill Graham
he a televangelist?
Oh, Steve, I worked for Bill Graham Presents for 10 years.
Right.
Didn't everybody?
Bill, we were managed by Bill on their management team, so we had really good people behind us, and they weren't all really behind us anymore. And then, so now Capitol's dropping you, your management's not into you anymore, and so I call our accountants, which had handled our money, and I said, hey, I'm just kind of curious where we sit, and the lady's like, Zetro, you're probably going to be broke in about 6 months. I'm like, whoa.
With three kids.
And look at you now, living large.
I was like, whoa. So my brother called me and goes, hey, Rockstar, you want to get to work? And I figured, fuck, I got, 2 kids now. This was '93. And I kind of sucked it up, and I got into construction, and that's what I've done for the last 20 years. If I'm not playing metal, if I'm not writing metal, I'm a foreman for a union construction company.
Nice. So
And
you're making
that's
like
what I have to
$87
do.
billion an hour.
Well, he's building
Excuse me?
skyscrapers in the city.
I'm not very, but I make good money playing doing construction. I'll tell you that. It's better than rock and roll money, but I don't do it.
Right.
I hate it. I really
Yeah.
hate it. I go every morning going, I'll go take half of this to get back into rock and roll because I just hate it.
Exactly.
Now,
It's kind
so
of like
at the
stripper
time-
dollars. Like those stripper dollars are far more valuable because they come from your tits.
Well, exactly. There's meaning there. So I was at a point where when they asked me back, I'm now making 80, 90 grand a year, and they're not. So they want me to go on tour and
Do
bring
it.
home like 2/3 less.
Do it.
And I'm like, I love the fans, and I love them. So for 2 years, from 2002 to 2004, I liquidated my bank account so that I
Yes.
could be in Exodus.
Liquidate.
On strippers?
Well, that's only a part of it. Strippers, hookers, drugs.
Well, because I want
booze,
this is
whatever.
Brian from Dead Conspiracy.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know, like, have you ever actually taken a $10 roll of quarters and broke it open, threw it across, and made it hail instead of rain?
Well, no, I'll tell you what. I keep change in my car. When people cut you off, I fucking throw fucking pennies at them.
Yes,
I dig.
Batteries, anything like that. So I'm with you with that mentality.
I'll give you the hate that I won't even give the bum on the
Fucking
street
strippers.
corners.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Exactly. Lately, because there's been so much candy lately, I've been taking fucking, because of Halloween, I've been taking the Halloween candy when the homeless are sitting there on the fucking waiting. I've just been hucking candy at them.
Steve Souza's that guy.
hey, dude, they
Hey,
need.
wait, you jump on with skateboards?
Yeah.
Hey, a truck check. You
I'm
know?
feeding the homeless with Butterfingers, you know what I mean?
Hey, dude.
I'm firing
Dude.
at them as I'm doing it.
Empty
I'm
calories
thinking, hey,
count.
you hungry? Yeah, doing them. Just firing at them. It's kind of funny.
Oh,
Hey,
wow.
so Steve, Mr. Zetro, the Steve Souza, I've got a question for you, and I ask this question
Sure.
of every international super mega ultra star that's on tour and has been on tour that we interview here. Same question, yet we always get very, very, like, different answers from everyone, even though they're along the same lines. Great answers, but I expect a good one out of you, so the tension is high. Hopefully you can handle it.
There's never tension. I'm going to tell you right now, but ain't no never tension on me.
Nice. Well, then this
That was
will
like,
be-
get to the fucking question.
Well, this will be a good story then. Okay, out of all
Better
the
not be a penis like extension thing.
no, this is
Okay,
the same
okay.
question I ask of everyone. You should
Okay,
know this
okay.
by now.
Well,
Fuck.
you asked me that outside. I was just wondering.
Yeah, I asked you about your penis. So what?
Oh.
Okay, but anyhow, Steve Souza, before you hang up on us for being raunchy and
I would never do
inappropriate.
that. I would never do. You guys are funny. I'm having a good time listening to you.
So here's the question that Vox's Northwest Metal Show proposes to every international super god star, whatever your title may be. Out of all the shows you have actually been involved in, shows you've played, maybe something you promoted, something you've been to in the front of the pit, something that you were super involved in, I want to know, what is one of the most influential or transitional or most fucked up show experiences you've ever experienced? A standout performance.
Do you want me from a performance for me or something maybe I saw that influenced me?
Anything that pops in your head, first and foremost, as being one of the most fucked up or influential experiences of your life regarding to music.
1978. I'm a day on the green. I'm 14 years old.
I was -5.
In the Bay Area. Bill Graham, if you remembered what Day on the Green was, Day on the Green in the 70s, and what it was Bill Graham took a bunch of different major rock acts and put them together on a stadium show. They weren't necessarily on tour together, but in the Bay Area, this was before they ever had festivals or anything. They were called Day on the Green. He started them in 1973 or 74. 1978, I saw fucking AC/DC. I never saw. I heard about this band called AC/DC. There was this album out called "If You Want Blood, You Got It," where the guitar player had a fucking guitar sticking through him on the cover, and I had to see this band. So I went to Day on the Green. It was.
I was there,
Ted
Zetro.
Nugent, Van Halen,
Yep.
Foreigner, Cheap Trick, AC/DC,
Boston.
Aerosmith, and Boston. That's right. You were there, huh?
Dude, I was there, dude. Seriously, I was in my mother's
Who's that?
vagina.
That was at Oakland Coliseum, I think.
Oakland Coliseum, exactly.
Damn
Oakland
straight. Billy
Coliseum,
Boldt
and I'm
was
14,
there, dude.
And I see these fucking guys on stage. There's a guy named Bon Scott up there just ruling
Bon
it.
Scott?
And this
Who's
other
that?
little motherfucker named Angus Young who's just ripping up the crowd. And what do? He gets on his shoulders. He gets in the crowd with 55,000 people and some security guards and jams by. That motherfucker walked by me, and I got so close, I fucking grabbed Bon Scott, and I grabbed fucking Angus Young. I would never forget that.
Wow.
And that is what I wanted to be from that day forward.
Nice.
And I went in my room, and I fucking took my voice, and I studied Bon Scott, and I just was, I'm going in, fucking sit down. I just fucking studied that motherfucker. And so that is, if you were to ask me that question, I would fucking add, that's how I would answer that question.
Hey,
Awesome.
by the way, I got to say, that is an epic answer. We have many epic answers here, but that is one that I am going to reproduce on Vox's Northwest Metal Show, which you can find on Reverb Nation and blah, 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 shameless plug. But we love you, Steve Souza. That was excellent. Billy Boldt has a question for you. He's been fucking jerking off to this question all week.
No. Steve, I got all the hard-hitting questions for you, but
Hard.
I was talking with Gary Holt like about a year ago, and when he mentioned the split between you two, he said it was something over a $9,000.
What are you, drag nuts?
Hold on, over a $9,000.
Fuck.
What was it? What tour was that, Cam?
Hey, let's talk about the positive.
No. But he said
Well, I
that
have
that
no
is what
problem
led to the
answering your
breakup.
questions. If you're curious about him, I have no problem with that.
We
whatsoever.
are super curious.
Well, basically, he said that you left the tour high and dry in the band, and that's what ended Exodus.
Why did you do that? Why did you leave
right.
us?
I can't say it was the right way to do it. I'll never, and I've gone to the press and said that. The way that I left the band the second time was probably not the way to do it. It
Dude, that
really
takes a
wasn't.
man to actually
and
say,
I've
bro.
apologized 100 fucking
Does.
times. I was in a bad mindset. I just burned through over the last 2 years,
Yep.
$10,000 in the bank, and I burned through it to try to supplement tours that were not paying me what they said they would,
Yep.
so that I could take care of my family. So what I did was I kept going to my bank account. Every time they said, okay, Zach, you're going to make this money. Okay, cool. I'll be able to cover my bills. I'd come back off a tour, and the manager would hand me half and go, well, we had this go on and this go on and this. I go, okay.
So it was costing you money to play.
It was costing me tons of money
Yeah.
to do it. I couldn't afford it after a while. And so at this one point, they had come to me and said, well, we're going to go to South America. And I didn't believe that was a really good idea. Because at the time, thrash metal, it was 2004, was just kind of getting reintroduced to everybody again. So I thought that if we packaged it with, say, us, Creator, Destruct, whoever, Hyrax, I don't care, and bring it down there, it's going to be better for the fans so they get more for their money. And our manager was like, no, let's go down and headline. So I went to my boss, and this guy's not happy because every 3 months I'm coming up to him going, hey, I need 6 weeks off. This is union work. If you're not there,
right.
they got another guy that'll fucking be there. I'll tell you what. So he was cool about it. So I come up to him and I go, I need this time off. I got to go to South America. Fucking day we're supposed to leave. Manager comes up who I really didn't like, was managing the band that time, and that was Gary's decision, not mine. I really didn't like this guy. I just went with it. He comes up to me and goes, you're not going to believe it. I'm like, what? South America got canceled? He's all, hey, how'd you guess? I go, yeah, this is how it's been going. So what was I supposed to do? I was now not making money in South America, and I now told my boss that I would be gone for a week and a half, so there was no work schedule for me. So I was like, okay, look, I can't keep doing this, okay? So basically, we were supposed to go to Mexico the next day. I refused to go. I said, cancel it. I'm not going. I cannot go. And I kind of left him high and dry. Unfortunately, that was a bad decision. I feel really bad because the other 4 guys, that's all they had, was that they didn't have a job like I did. Now, that's not my problem, necessarily. You know what I mean? They should have been working or trying to build something in the years that Exodus was not really active like I did for myself. Chuck Billy went to work. Phil Devil went to work. There's a lot of guys who work jobs that you wouldn't think do do, you know? It's just part of it, you know? And so I felt that you guys don't even care about my situation here. I've worked for this situation, and you guys are just like, okay, Zetro, check it out. Tomorrow we got to leave to Mexico, and your ass just needs to be on the plane. I'll be like, wait, I just can't leave like you guys can.
Right.
Yeah,
I have to
dude.
plan this. I work a union job now. This is what pays for my house and my cars and my children to eat. You guys don't have these responsibilities necessarily. So you know, I just was like, this is what I have to do. So that's kind of how that split happened. Again, I've gone in the press. I've told everybody. I've apologized to the band. You know, I'm sorry for what's happened. I wish I could have done it a different way, but I didn't. And all I can do is, you know, say, hey, I'm back now with fucking Hatriot. And that's my answer to why people say, Zetro, why aren't you in Exodus? Can't you rejoin Exodus? Well, obviously, I will never rejoin Exodus. They have a singer now. It's their next step. To go back to me would be going backwards to me. And I always,
But to me, that's the best version of Exodus.
Yeah, but
is when you're
look,
singing.
but look at this, dude. Okay, everything moves on. Everything.
Oh, yeah. Well,
whether
we got
we're here,
Hatriot now.
whether we're
agree.
involved or not, everything moves on, and we must move on
I
with
agree.
ourselves. Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
So honestly, like, all you got to do is take the punches and roll with it. Who the fuck out there does not have an ex that they don't regret something that hasn't moved on to something else that is whatever it is, dude? It's like you are who you are. They are who they are. Fuck it, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it in the beginning,
No
I quit
regrets.
Legacy and
Do
turned
your
into
shit.
Testament to join Exodus. A lot of people say, do you ever regret leaving Testament? And it's like, I have no regrets in this business. I do what I do. So since I wasn't returning to Exodus and people still wanted to hear music from me, I didn't stray away from the formula, did I, too much, gentlemen?
No, dude.
Not at all. You
Hatriot.
stayed very true.
You live with the
You
rock
know.
and roll, dude. Hey, by the way, I gotta ask you for. You said you didn't get nervous at my impromptu question earlier, so I'm gonna do
Of course not.
an impromptu request for some vocals. Bust it out.
Oh, really?
Let's hear it.
We want this live on Vox's Northwest Metal Show. Bust something out for the metal show specifically, dude.
Do
Come on,
your
dude.
scream from
Rock
Crown of Thorns.
Rock it for us specifically. I want a soundbite that's all about you, bro, because I love you.
Box, I know the perfect one. Crown of Thorns by
All right,
Tenet.
you guys want a soundbite and a box for me?
I want to hear some Vox.
Yes, the Billy Boldt blinded
Oh, did you even fade out at the end there? That's fucking awesome.
Wow. That is great, Zetro.
Does that help you?
Hell yeah.
Chica, what?
But hey, let's move on to your very storied career, though.
Very storied.
Oh, it is. I mean, this guy has been with just
Is that something you
outrageous
looked up
acts.
online? Well, I know, dude. It's an epic metal superstar.
Oh, my God.
Just like Dead Conspiracy.
It's just I just keep myself busy, I guess.
Yeah, you
You
do.
know, I never say never. I never say no for some reason. I mean, I don't know if you guys are aware, I wrote songs on the last 2 Testament albums. I wrote lyrics on both of those records.
And you wrote an entire album for Alice Cooper, right?
No, we didn't do that.
I wish I did.
Sorry, that's an
They need have some royalty money.
That was three
Yeah.
albums.
3 albums in 12 different
You
languages.
love the lyrics. I come up, I'm fucking sick and twisted like that cat. So you come, I'd write some shit he'd love. But you boys hear the new album. The new album's finished.
Oh, yeah.
We finished it.
The new
Last
Hatriot,
week.
the second album, has already been done.
By the way, we need to throw this out right here live on air. Hey, Steve Souza,
yeah.
is it okay
Yes,
for
sir.
us to play your music on Vox's Northwest Metal Show?
Always. Anything I've
Yeah.
ever done.
Because we would love to plug the fucking shit out of you
Oh, yeah.
guys, and especially the new Hatriot shit, because we're all about the future
Yep.
around here. Speaking of the future, you said you'd never say no. Are you going to do a collab with Vox?
He's
done it with Angerhead.
You never know.
Hey,
There's times
I can scream like a motherfucker, and I bleed with the best.
For the right price, Vox, you
That's
could hire
right.
Steve
With the
Zetro
right,
Souza.
hey, dude. Hey, look, I suck a lot of cock, and I'm good at it. Okay, so let's work this out, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is funny, gentlemen.
Yeah. No,
I
Steve
guess we should
Souza-
stick with the clit.
He's
right?
also
Small manly.
played in Tenet, which was an all-star band. It had Gene
Right.
Hoglan, Glenn Avalos.
Yeah, Jed Simon.
Yeah, that was.
And Byron Stroud from Fear Factory.
Yeah, so,
Dude, there is too much history for you, Mr. Steve Zetro Souza.
oh my God, we can go on and on.
You know what? Honestly, guys, I'm very fortunate to get to play with guys like that. I mean, I was a call to me to say, hey, can you? I was flattered from really to play on that, and I've been really fortunate. I mean, and all aside with like Gary's Problem or whatever, the guy's an amazing musician, and to work alongside somebody like that has been really an honor and a privilege to me.
Absolutely.
With all the personal bullshit that goes, and I could care less about that. To me, it's all about the music, and I mean to work with Eric Peterson and Alex Skolnick.
Yeah.
It's just I've been very, very fortunate to work
Dude.
with the greatest musicians, and I don't know if that's been by luck or how that's happened, but I appreciate every minute of it, and I'm very fortunate to get to do that. And I think a lot of my, I guess, success in history is because I've been surrounded by such great players as well. So I don't take it all on myself.
Yeah.
Well, look at it
I
this way,
feel that
bro.
I've made a niche in the business, but I've been, supported by a great supporting cast, like I have now in Hatriot, definitely.
Well, look, dude, honestly, we've interviewed a lot of people on the show, and a lot of people fucking look up to you. You know,
yeah.
there's been a lot of people that are like, oh my God, you're going to have Steve Souza interviewed on the show, and it's happening right now. It's like we're living the dream. Okay, so as much as you, respect your supporting cast, dude, your supporting cast speaks very highly of you, dude, just so that you know that comes right back to you, bro.
Yeah.
Right on, that's great. And basically, gentlemen, that is why I do this.
Yeah.
I do it for the fans. I do it for, I'm very fortunate to get to do it at this level, and why would you not continue to do it if you're able to do it at this level? And why not, keep it real? I don't think that I've ever changed. I think that I've always done, even the Dublin Death Patrol stuff that Chuck and I did is
dude.
really, really
DDP.
heavy and really good stuff.
The original
Not
DDP.
necessarily the Exodus Testament did, or even as heavy as Tenet was, or even as heavy as Hatriot is.
Yeah.
But it was still good songs and good metal, good stuff. And I definitely write and perform from the heart. And I feel that if you've always done that, if you've ever done that, and if you always continue to do that,
Kimberly
then,
just got wet.
You'll never go away.
In her
and I don't
eyes.
think I'll ever go away. I'll be doing this when I'm 80, man.
Hopefully she's
I hope
still
so,
fine.
Steve.
Hey, and look,
I personally, I'm
Steve-
one of your biggest fans, man.
And along the
I don't
lines,
mind saying that.
I know, dude. Seriously, the table is leaning at a 60-degree angle right now because he's fucking, whatever. You guys can figure it out. But honestly,
This is like my rock idol. Vox.
I know, dude. Exactly. He
Right on,
he has
man.
proclaimed this as the biggest thing he's ever done, dude.
Yeah, and I've done a lot of shit.
And his wife says the same. But anyhow, along the lines of what you just said, I totally agree with you except for one point. Not everyone can reach the Steve Zetro Souza level. Okay,
no.
but you
One of
do
a
it.
kind.
You do it to be real. You do it for the music. You do it to be on tour. You do it for the fans. You do it for the brothers that you're
Definitely.
playing with. So it doesn't matter
Definitely.
what, the one objection I have is it doesn't matter what fucking level you're at. I've always been willing to go on
And I
tour
agree with
as
that.
long as 2 shows from now pays for me to continue on. If I'm 2 shows ahead and that pays for my gas, then I'm there, dude. So this should just be an
Like,
inspiration to everybody, dude.
That's
Just
how it is.
keep
For
it
us,
rolling.
Next month we're doing Eindhoven Metal Meeting, which is in Holland, and then we have 3 shows to do along with the lines of that festival. Well, we were very fortunate to get invited to that festival, but the money does not make it feasible for us to go, so I'm supplementing the trip. I have to buy plane tickets out of my pocket to do that so that
Well,
we can go and do that.
You're amazing, and
so I'm again.
once you're able
I'm
to
going
supplement a
through-
+1, dude, think of Vox Sacrilege, because I'd love to go to fucking Holland.
Steve, I just want to say that.
But again, I do pay my dues in it. It's like you'd
For
figure,
sure.
oh yeah, it's going to be a first class ride on a plane over there, and it's not necessarily
No, dude,
like
I'll
that.
sit
I
between
have
2
to,
fucking fat
I
chicks just to
budget.
fucking be in the fucking general admission seating for that shit.
Hey, Steve,
So would Chris, he would love that.
you scored a great guitar player and songwriter.